What's up guys, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Michael and in this video we're looking at Gamespad. Gamespad is one of the most highly anticipated launchpads out there within the crypto gaming scene. And because it is in the crypto gaming scene, probably one of the most highly anticipated launchpads overall. Why? Is because they fully established themselves within the middle of play to earn, crypto gaming, NFTs, Metaverse, everything that is booming right now and that'll probably be booming for another lot of years to come. So they haven't launched a campaign yet. We're pretty nice and early. What we want to know is, of course, what's the team behind it? How are they going to set everything up? What are the tokenomics of the project itself? Are there any upcoming projects? Which there are. There's one of them that I know about that is upcoming. And of course, the tier system what we want to know of. Their tier system is completely different than all the other ones. Kind of expensive, if I must say, to get into. You thought that Seed of I was expensive. This one to get started is a little bit higher. So we have high expectations. Why is it so expensive? We're gonna have a look. So what is Gamespad? Gamespad brings together all aspects of gaming, NFT and Metaverse. It is a holistic and chain-agnostic ecosystem where impactful crypto gaming concepts come to reality. So what do they focus on? Game-focused launchpads with IGOs, game offerings, INOs, NFT offerings, IMO, Metaverse deals, and land sales, right? So everything that is covered within that whole crypto gaming world, really what we're going into, they cover everything. Decentralized venture capital, game incubator, of course, and they gaming partnerships with studios. But the cool thing is that they have in-house gaming studio. They're working on building their own gaming studio. What does that mean for the price, which we will get into in a second? Obviously, we can expect the price to rise up a lot, and as you can see, it is sitting pretty stable right now. NFT aggregator and marketplace, cross-chain yield aggregator, and staking farming pools. So what the cool thing is, of course, a lot of things are happening right now with cross-chain setups. Why? Is because some of these NFT projects or crypto gaming projects, they launch their NFTs on a certain chain, their game on a certain chain, the token on a certain chain, and they combine everything together. It becomes easier and easier to cross-chain projects, and these guys play into that, and obviously, which is pretty smart. So they're including this Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Tezos, Solana, Polychain, and Cardano. All right, then we get into the tier system. So the tier system, a little bit of a different setup than what we're used to. If we look at the price of Gamespad right now, 88.5, we'll close to 89 cents. If you look at the overall price, this is actually very promising. This guy thinks it's a very bad project. I should message him wondering why, because it hasn't launched a single IDO yet. But as you can see, this is obviously not the IDO price of which is launched. We can have a look at that Gamespad IDO price. Right now it is sitting at 88.9 cents current price, and the IDO price, somebody sees it. It went up to $1.25. So ICO price that was, is that correct? That could be 5.5 cents, which is very, very low. That means that it's done very, very well. Right now it is sitting pretty stable at okay, all right, that makes sense. Cool, let's go here. Right, so it is sitting at 88.8 cents. Maybe, I'm not sure whether that website was the correct one or not, but otherwise it would have been 5.5 cents. Could be. Most launchpads have jumped up massively after they've launched, right? So right now it will be sitting at like a 15x roughly from this IDO price. It has peaked at 125, so 200x, just a little bit above that. So that'll probably make sense. That'll probably be true, but it's holding very strong, very stable, right? Right now it is sitting like it only needs a 50% rise to get to its all-time high back. The whole market is going down. The project has just launched. There's always a massive hype at the start, so a massive peak at the start. Here you can see this big peak where usually a chart looks like it's going up massively here, and then it drops back down and finds like this easy water somewhere here. So this one has actually held very, very stable, which is promising, right? That means that they're just doing a lot of good things on the back end right now to hold the token price stable. But what we want to know is how much does it cost us to get into. So there's 5 different tiers here. I haven't actually found out what this means. 4,000 baht, 1,500, 250, 100, and 60. What that means, if you're participating in this, please let me know in the comments below, but maybe we will find out before the end of the video. What we're looking at is this: 1,500 tokens, 4,000 up to 50,000 tokens, what we need. But to participate here, we also need the NFT. So as I said before, if you've thought that, for example, CeDeFi was expensive to get into, then this is gonna blow your mind probably, because we need, wrong one, 88 cents the token price right now. We need 1,500 tokens. We need 4,000, 12,000, 25, and 50. 4,000, 12,000, what did I say? 25,000 and 50, yeah. So if we look at how much do we need to invest to get into these different tiers, it is a lot higher than what we're used to, especially because they're so new. So we do this one times this one. We quickly put this one in between of dollar signs, so that kind of saves us a little bit of work. And then there we go, bang. The lowest tier, $1,300. It's not that much. That's doable, right? The second one, $3,500. It's pretty doable as well. The highest one to get into right now, $44,000. A little bit on the more expensive side. But that's not all. You also need a NFT to participate. Without the NFT, you can't actually function within this tier. So there's another $1,500 that you need to pay, up to 60K. So that is 1,500, 6,000, 5,000, 1,500. What was it? 5,000. Not paying attention here. 6,000 and 15,000. 6,000, 15,000. So now you're already seeing the actual total investment that you need to make to participate in this different tier, 30K and 60K, right? So to get into the highest tier, you already need to put in more than $100,000 without even knowing whether this is going to be a good launchpad or no, because they haven't launched a single launchpad yet. That being said, though, they do partner up with CeDeFi, for example, all the bigger launchpads out there. They have a good, strong team behind them. They have an awesome concept. If you were to be able to invest in the highest tier of CeDeFi for $100,000 a little while ago, then you probably would have thought the same thing. Oh, a little bit expensive. But if you look at the price right now, that investment from maybe $100,000 back then would be worth around 800 to 900 grand right now at the current price. Not too long ago was $1.3 million. So if we do have high expectations of this launchpad, it might actually be a good investment to get into this, right? The other cool concept is they have launched their NFT on the Binance NFT market, right? As you can see here, Gamespad and Binance NFT team up for their NFTs. So if we want to look at, let's see if we can find it here. Otherwise, we'll just have to look it up. That is Gamespad NFT on Binance. Why? Is because there's only a limited amount of these NFTs available, and that is actually awesome, because that means not everybody will be able to participate in Gamespad. If you want to, you might not be able to. If the projects that are launching are gonna do well, people want to get in it, the price of these NFTs are obviously gonna go up massively, right? If we look at price low to high, it starts at $1,500, which is the lowest one to get in the lowest tier. And then the price will obviously go up towards 60K would be, all right, so this one is probably bought by people and they have listed it for different amounts. But the normal price should be 60K, which doesn't say it here. Maybe the highest one hasn't actually been listed yet, the Crypto Ninja. Right, bots, androids, cyborg, which gives you access to those different levels of tier. So the highest one has actually not been launched yet. This one is 6,000, which is the one that you need to get into this one, right? What is cool about that is this way they can actually control the amount of people participating in the IDOs. So this way they can control the allocation as well, and that is very, very important. Right now here there are how many NFTs? 500 NFTs, 500 items total with all the different tiers as well. They are going to launch more. They're launching one tomorrow on another NFT marketplace. But this way they fully control the amount of people that can participate. They're going to launch roughly $150,000 to $250,000 in allocation per project. That's what they've announced. And if only an X amount of people can participate, the allocation you get is massive. So that way they do really make it a little bit more rare to get into these tiers. So not everybody can participate, not everybody can get that high of an allocation, and maybe this 60k NFT will be worth 100k. Why would it be 100k? Because or maybe even more, if you would be able to get $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 allocation in a project that does a 10x, 100x, or whatever, well, who wouldn't want to pay $100,000 for that NFT, right? Here you can see no projects announced, no upcoming projects, no finished projects, nothing yet. Why not? It's because they still have to announce one of them. And what they've done is they've announced the first one, which is Plutonians. That is the only one, for my knowledge, according to my knowledge, that is announced so far. So what is this? Plutonians is a new space-based virtual reality MMORPG built on the Solana blockchain, right? Featuring an NFT shipyard, game builder, story editor, and an introduction to DeFi, and blockchain for new players and GameFi enthusiasts. Obviously, Gamepad is delighted. They're happy to announce their first IDO, which makes total sense that they're happy about that. Here you can see a little bit of information about their first IDO coming up. It's a unique next-generation metaverse game from the UA Fabrica gaming division. Plutonians is an MMORPG NFT ecosystem driven by a virtual reality metaverse blockchain built on the Solana blockchain. I like that sentence. Plutonians is based on user-editable levels, engaging content, and storyline. Right, so it looks cool, it looks promising. Of course, they have all the elements needed. More important is, of course, how are they going to establish proper growth? They did say it is a AAA project, a AAA game, so there's a high budget put into the game, which is promising because there's coming up a lot more AAA games that have really cool graphs and really cool features into it, compared to the other games that were a little bit in the earlier stages that were still looking a little bit like from back in 2015 or something like that. So why consider Plutonians for investing? Blockchain games are steadily becoming one of the largest sectors of the cryptocurrency world, and Solana-based games rapidly gaining traction. As the play-to-earn movement has been reflected across all blockchains, Solana will definitely host a wide range of decentralized gaming applications in the future, which is true. It is cheaper and easier for projects to build on the Solana blockchain compared to the Ethereum blockchain, which helps them, of course, develop their game easier and quicker, but the whole Solana blockchain is developing, the games develop along with it as well. So while Solana is still in its infancy in terms of gaming, it offers unmatched transaction processing speed. Is one of the quickest chains out there for transaction speed, probably behind VLAS, making the Plutonians video games even more attractive to both players and investors. And the talented team of seasoned professionals in the industry behind Plutonians project highly recommends keeping an eye on the events and updates to see teaser videos. Obviously, that is good and important to know, so you kind of get a feel for it. So that's the first project that they will be announcing. This is just some information about Gamespad, which we already look into right now, right? Cool thing with the project of Gamespad itself is that they have a lot of different features to it, but they have proven themselves already. And why have they proven themselves already? Because the team behind it has already launched a launchpad, right? I don't know if everybody knows that yet, but Bullperks is launched by the two owners of Gamespad, and Bullperks itself is been going awesome. So we haven't got any information of past IDOs, which is usually something that we look for, but we do have the information of Bullperks. So Gamespad looks at the investment in the worlds of gaming, NFTs, and the Metaverse, which is obviously what we want to get into, because that's where the most amount of money is being made right now. But the team, highly experienced team and advisors. The team behind Gamespad is composed of leading industry professionals with over 10 years of combined crypto experience, all right, which is awesome. They have dealt and worked fully completed very successful NFT and gaming deals like Blocktopia, which is of course massive, Steph Hero, Crypto Blades, Polker, Blockchain Monster Hunt, and many others. What we can look at is look at Bullperks and all the different IDOs. They have launched a bunch of them, and a lot of them did very, very well. So co-founder of Bullperks and Gamespad partner with Bitbull Capital, founder of @YFO. So he's Konstantin Kogan, probably Kogan, former managing director at Way Financial, entrepreneur and digital asset investor since 2012. So that's obviously somebody that has a lot of experience behind them. And then the second co-owner, similar, also co-founder of Bullpucks. So they have done Bullpucks together and Gamespad now, but also the founder of Part 1 Capital and crypto investment firm. So he's been in the crypto space, he definitely knows what he's doing, and obviously knows how to handle building up businesses. Advisor on multiple crypto projects, Aaron Elhanani is a serial entrepreneur, seasoned angel investor, speaker, and previous venture partner in a boutique venture capital. Holds a BSc in, all right, cool. So he's educated in medicine, computer science, and math as well. That is obviously very, very important. So let's look at Bullpucks. Here we have Bullpucks, the website. Ultimate and most fair platform for retail buyers to get access to private sale allocations to the most sought after crypto projects, just like crypto funds do, right? These are the projects, the finished ones. There's no ongoing ones, I believe. There's one ongoing one that is the launch date has been, this is not updated probably, but upcoming ones, yeah, let me see. All right, cool. Upcoming ones, that does make sense. So this is roughly the date right now. This is probably that you had to invest, but they haven't launched yet. This one probably got postponed and it didn't update here, but finished. There's a whole list of finished projects here. Rainmaker, we know Rainmaker. Obviously, we know Solchecks. In 1 or 2 hours from now, they're releasing their vesting, so the price is definitely gonna drop, probably below the token original IDO price. Ido'S is massive. We know Ido'S. There's a lot of them. Gaia, of course, Blockchain, Monster Hunt. I think Cryo War is Eartha is new. Cryo War is somewhere on here. Sin City, Cryo War. There we go. So there's a bunch of them. We can go through all of them. That's not really necessary, but we get the point, right? So we get the point. Blocktopia. Here we go. There we go. The guys behind this really do know what they're doing and they're very experienced. So what does that mean for the investment here? Well, it probably is a little bit of a risk to get into this tier right now already and pay $50,000 up to $100,000 to get into it. But sometimes you need to take a risk, not financial risk, obviously. Sometimes taking a risk can turn out into high rewards, high risk, high reward. But that being said, it does have a pretty awesome entry here with the first two, where it only costs you $2,800 or $9,500 to participate in these. And the cool thing is, of course, eventually you sell your tokens and you also sell your NFTs, so you do get a portion of the money back from it. Lastly, what we're going to look at is the white paper, right? The white paper has 20 pages. I've already done the work for you, of course, as I always do. So we only have to look at the most important features here mentioned. So we're going to skip through the whole first part. This is not very important. This is the problem that is going on within the whole crypto gaming world and the things that they solve, the way they solve their things. But that's kind of a sales pitch, just like every project pitches that project like that. They just look at the whole market, what problems are going on and what problem are they solving. A little bit similar on all different launchpads. But here we go. Crypto, the Gamespad ecosystem. They have a launchpad. They have a DeFi or decentralized venture capital. They have a game incubator, NFT marketplace, the yield aggregator, the staking and the farming, and in-house gaming studio. If they launch something like this, you can already expect the market cap actually to go up massively. So your tokens that you're holding, if you're holding, will go up a lot. Here, I think, yeah, there's no market cap shown here yet. The fully diluted market cap is 433 million. But that is with the total supply of 500 million tokens. Not all of them have been released yet. We will get to the tokenomics in a second. And they have a very cool burning system in place as well. So, game focused launchpad. So we already know everything gaming related. We're excited about decentralized venture capital. They have a game incubator. What we want to look at a little bit is the in-house blockchain gaming studio. This is something we're familiar with. A lot of other projects do the same thing. But in the longer run, they plan to start their own in-house game development studio. Gamespad will gather the best game designers and developers under one roof to bring the best gaming concept to reality. Play to earn, MMORPG, I don't even know what it stands for. Massively multiplayer online role-playing game. There we go, we've learned something new. PvP, player versus environment, NFT, and Metaverse. The cool thing with this is now they're launching projects that are from somebody else. This way they launch their own projects in their own launchpad, right? So they create their own games and they launch their own games. So the price for that is obviously a lot lower because they can decide their own IDO price for their own people. And they say that they do a lot of things for the community and for the investors. They work for the investors. So if that's the case, then they should lower the price on all their gaming projects that they've released themselves, of course, right? Because then all the people participating in Gamespad have a very low price. When it goes to the public, the people investing in Gamespad win. Technical specifications, we don't have to look at this. Why Binance Smart Chain? So they've chosen for Binance Smart Chain. Why? It's because it's the most suitable platform to build Gamespad on, as it is EVM compatible, Ethereum virtual machine compatible, just like Ethereum is. The blockchains that they're offering, which we already talked about, is quite a lot of them. So not all of them were on the website. So not all of them are integrated yet. Polkadot, for example, wasn't there yet. So that'll come later on. Cosmos, Flow, Binance, of course, as well. Air1, but they want to go all around. So they want to make sure that they have a bit of an umbrella. They want to focus on everything, right? Market overview. So this is awesome. This is important. We've covered something like this before in a different video, but this is something that's going to wake up a lot of people. So with market analysis of the metaverse itself, expected to reach $814.2 billion by 2028, which is of course insane. A little bit lower where we can see a little bit more information here. It's on the blockchain. So today, the blockchain market size is projected to grow from 4.9 billion in 2021 to 67.4 billion in 2026, which is only 4 more years to go from now, at a CAGR, which is a cumulative annual growth rate of 68.4%. Right, so you can imagine the insane amount of growth that is going to happen for the whole crypto gaming scene, right? This is not a pitch, or this is not selling Gamespad itself, but this is kind of just selling the whole industry that they're in, right? If you look at all this. And then here, this is pretty awesome. There are, according to a report by Depth Radar, over 800,000 unique active players connected to blockchain games in early third quarter of 2021. So there's 800,000 people playing crypto gaming right now. There is, I believe, more than 2 billion people playing games within the normal gaming scene. When there's something happening like the mass adoption and 2 billion people get into the crypto gaming scene, you can only imagine how much this is gonna explode. Right, so that's a little bit of information on the side there for you. Here we have the tokenomics, which we kind of want to look into. This is the token. GMPD is their original token. And what we can see, the total supply is 500 million, which we already saw on CoinMarketCap. At TGE, there were 1.2 million tokens being released, and every quarter, 250,000 tokens will be exposed to the deflationary token burn. So they are going to be burnable, which is a lot. Out of 500 million, every single year, a whole 1 million tokens will be able to be burnt. Right, token allocation, marketing gets 5%, which is normal operations, 5%, liquidity, exchanges 3%, advisors get 6%, the team gets 18%. So advisors and the team total get 24%, is pretty healthy. Token sale 11.5%, and staking and farming gets 20%. So that's a good decent amount going towards staking and farming. And then the treasury and ecosystem partnerships. Here you can see the whole chart of how it's divided. Then the token sale, of course, when they get their tokens released, they get a certain investing when the tokens being released. And then here you have the tier system again, which we already covered and which we already talked about. What they're gonna do is every 2 months review how many people are participating, where's the price at, and do we need to adjust this. So the cool thing will be, maybe when the price goes up, that they're gonna add another one in here. That's either going to be even more expensive because there's so many people, there's so much attraction, or they just put another one here in the middle somewhere, because this one becomes too far to reach for a lot of people. If this price goes up, right now we know the investment is $44,000 for the tokens, $60,000 for the NFT. Eventually we know people need to pay $60,000 for the NFT, and they then also need to pay an X amount for this, for the token. If the token doubles, that's 88,000. If it goes above that, that's $100,000 that you need to invest in the token. So they might add another one in here, and that's awesome, of course, for the people that are willing to take the risk and put that much money in this project here. Now, you're very, very early. If we would have known what was going to happen with Seedify that early, if we were able to invest in Seedify before it launched a single project, then of course we would have gone fully, completely in it with everything we had, because it went through the roof. You never know beforehand, but sometimes you do find this little gem along the way, and you got to take a little bit of risk here and there, I guess. So as for me, I am definitely considering getting in it. Probably won't get into the highest tier yet, because I don't really know the total setup with the NFTs yet. How many NFTs are they going to sell completely? Because the price might drop if this is going to sell on the secondary market again, and it end up not being worth the amount of money, then the price might drop. So I'm considering getting in either one of these two, investing 25 up to 52. I think 52 is too much already. So it'll probably be one of these two for me to get in and kind of get a feel for it. Here you can see what is coming up, upcoming year in 2022. So the incubating of in-house projects, integration of staking and farming pools. So this is gonna come up later on. In-house game studios focused on NFT and Metaverse game production. So here, they're in Q2 gonna come up with the gaming studio already. So they're pretty fast paced. Developing a game studio is a big project, of course. When this happens in Q2, we can definitely expect a massive price increase of the project. Incorporation of the yield farming game swap and the release of first Gamespad in-house game will also happen 2022, and not even the end, but in Q3 already. Again, this is going to be massive for the project itself, and the release of this are they going to do 2 games and do land sales and a DEX like listing on a DEX as well, all happening in the next probably 9 months. So that's all the information that we have on Gamespad so far. As I said, they haven't launched anything yet. Please let me know what you guys think of Gamespad. Would you be willing to take the risk and invest before they haven't even launched a project, yes or no? Also, if you could hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you get updated on all the next videos, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.